Sesko.
Picks out Benjamin Sesko!
Cunha.
Try from him, then another go from Cunha! Mateus Cunha!
Mbeumo.
Finds a boot in the area! Yes! That is clinical!
Lamens.
Swung into the box, head goes up, brilliant save, Senna Lamens! Reaction stop from the Belgian!
These are the players United signed last summer to kickstart a revival following their dismal 15th place finish last season. Yet the true game changer has undeniably been Senna Lamens. For had he not replaced Andre Onana in goal last summer, United's results likely wouldn't have improved, their defence would still be struggling and they would be closer to a one-way ticket to the Championship than the Premier League's top four. Yes, it's still early in his United career, but Lamens has already shown the crucial quality and reassurance the team has sorely missed from their goalkeepers in recent seasons. Not long ago, however, the outlook on the 23-year-old was far less optimistic. Questions about his inexperience, combined with United's missed opportunities to sign a more experienced goalkeeper in the summer, sparked fears of a repeat of their chaotic goalkeeping saga and, consequently, a continuation of last season's dismal form. But on the contrary, this is how Lamens has helped turn this season around for United. United's goalkeeping troubles have been escalating for years, but are often traced back to the aftermath of David De Gea's departure in 2023. But while he was hailed as one of football's elite shot stoppers and even became a cult hero during some of United's toughest post-Ferguson years, De Gea himself became increasingly error-prone in his final seasons. Notably, his struggles with playing out from the back seriously hampered the team's ability to adopt the modern, possession-focused style favoured by their rivals. And so while those teams advanced, United seemed to fall behind, like how I've been handling my adult life. To address this, then manager Erik ten Hag brought in his former Ajax goalkeeper Andre Onana, a player known as one of the best ball-playing keepers in the game and fresh off reaching a Champions League final with Inter Milan. However, the Cameroonian turned out to be even more erratic, and his shaky displays significantly contributed to United's disastrous back-to-back finishes of 8th and 15th in the Premier League. Seriously, the guy honestly couldn't even save a PDF. After 2 seasons with Onana fumbling in goal, it was clear that a re-evaluation of the goalkeeper position was necessary. Originally, United planned to sign a new keeper only after selling either Onana or Altay Bayindir last summer, but this plan quickly changed following Onana's blunders in United's humiliating Carabao Cup exit to 4th-tier side Grimsby Town, along with Bayindir's failure to make an impression when given the chance. Last summer, Ruben Amorim had set his sights on veteran goalkeeper Emi Martinez, urging the United board to secure the Argentine from Aston Villa. However, the club's hierarchy ultimately blocked the move and opted for the young Senna Lamens, who joined on a deadline day deal from Royal Antwerp for about £18 million. Meanwhile, Onana, now dropped down the pecking order behind both Bayindir and Lamens, sought a loan to Turkish Super League side Trabzonspor. Additionally, Onana's audacity in asking for a better contract, even after the entire squad faced salary cuts for missing out on Champions League football this season, apparently didn't sit well with Amorim. It was a calculated gamble by United to go into the season with a backup who had warmed the bench in the past year more than his girl's cheeks, along with a young keeper who had only 1 full season of First Division football in Belgium under his belt. Yet in retrospect, the club's decision was a masterstroke, securing a solution with a perfect blend of short-term reliability and long-term potential that Martinez couldn't provide. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far, we'd be incredibly grateful if you subscribed. Your support helps us grow and continue creating the content you love. The pressure that comes with being United's goalkeeper is unmatched, but so are the rewards for those who own the role. Amorim was patient with his new keeper, not rushing the 23-year-old into action since he hadn't been signed with the expectation of stepping straight into the starting role.
You can feel it that he needs to adapt. New country, new training, the pressure that you guys put on the goalkeepers are massive. So it was like a little preparation for the guy to be ready to start his first game.
And to the delight of the entire fan base, Lamens has been a calm and reassuring presence from the moment he made his debut against Sunderland in early October, where he kept a clean sheet and has solidified his place ever since.
I know it's tough to call it on this game, but a couple of times Le Mans came for crosses. boy, he just looked as though he'd been there all his life.
At the season's outset, United were conceding many goals due to goalkeeping errors, but that's now changed with a reliable goalie who actually has hands. Of course, as with any young goalkeeper, Lammens hasn't been flawless, but compared to the glaring errors of his predecessors, his are minor, and the encouraging takeaway is that they are details that can be refined through coaching. Since he prefers to step forward to close the shooting angle at the last moment, it has occasionally left him late to establish his set position. While the idea is right, poor timing has sometimes found him in motion or off balance when shots are struck, hindering his ability to generate the necessary power to make successful saves. However, context is key. Lammens has conceded 37 league goals from an expected goals against of 36.9, exactly in line with expectation. What stands out, though, is that he has prevented more than 3 additional expected goals this season compared to Onana's total last campaign, despite playing 9 fewer matches. This probably reflects more on the inconsistency of United's defence and the quality of chances they've faced this season than on Lammens' abilities, which has shone through in the most critical moments, either keeping United in games or helping them secure precious points. There have been plenty of amazing stops from the Belgian, but his double save against Wolves in December may be his finest of the season so far, showing explosiveness in his initial save but also the clarity of thought to manipulate the ball mid-air. Lammens' most notable trait is his shot-stopping ability. In one-on-one situations, he likes to start closer to his line, giving himself that crucial extra fraction of a second to read the attacker before quickly closing down the angle with speed and aggression. This really contrasts with Onana, who, instead of coming off his line to make himself big, often left a wide target for opponents to exploit by taking early shots and catching him off guard. At the same time, Lammens' footwork when saving shots is uncannily reminiscent of De Gea's at his pre-2019 peak, one that no doubt helped him make more saves than any other goalkeeper in the Belgian Pro League last season, alongside recording the league's highest shot-to-save ratio at 81.4%. What really sets him apart from other young goalkeepers is how well he keeps his chest square to the ball and maintains balance until the very last second, forcing attackers into decisions they'd rather not make. Beyond shot stopping, Lammens has shown a great willingness to compete in the air, actively attacking deliveries and getting to the ball first, a trait that United's past keepers have lacked and one that is growing vital as set pieces become increasingly potent weapons in the Premier League. The game is so back. With Onana, there was always uncertainty about what would happen next, and that kind of uncertainty always affects the defence. In contrast, Lammens exudes confidence. De Ligt was in the best form of his United career until his injury in late November. Luke Shaw looks like a completely new player, and Aiden Heaven has shown impressive composure at the back for someone so young. Additionally, without such confidence, United's backline might have struggled to effectively track their markers into midfield, which could mean Casemiro would still be struggling against transitions as he did earlier last season. As you can see, Lammens' impact creates a domino effect. Whatever United had missed out on in the summer, they gained a younger version of Donnarumma's shot-stopping ability, combined with Emi Martinez's confidence in the air.
I think one of the most important things and the key points was for me to not make it too difficult for myself, doing the easy things good and not really looking to make the most amazing saves or do the most amazing stuff.
In terms of distribution, Lammens hasn't consistently been tasked with building from the back. Instead, he's often directed to play long to minimise risk and protect a backline that has struggled with build-up play for much of the season. This contrasts sharply with last season, when only 65% of Onana's goal kicks went long compared to Lammens' 87% this season. While Bayindir could distribute but couldn't save, and Onana could do neither particularly well, Lammens has proven to be an exceptionally well-rounded keeper who rarely looks uncomfortable, whether playing short passes or going long when necessary. Lammens' only significant passing error occurred in the 15th minute of the FA Cup exit to Brighton. However, his recovery save that followed was arguably more telling than the mistake itself. His margin for error remained intact until a passing mistake gifted Liverpool a goal last weekend, but once again his response defined him. In the following match against Sunderland, he delivered arguably his finest display in a United shirt, preventing 2.05 expected goals, making 4 saves from shots inside the box, and single-handedly rescuing a point that all but sealed a top 3 finish. And with the quality he brings, the confidence he exudes, and his role as a key facilitator in his team's game plan, it seems that United may have finally addressed their long-standing issue in the goalkeeping position. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe for more content like this. Also, don't forget to hit the notifications bell so you never miss a beat. And with that, we'll see you in the next video.